Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Ghost Recon's Wildlands has just released its brand new trailer for BREAKPOINT. Now, Ubisoft is a company from their Assassin's Creed games, their Rainbow Six games that they partnered up with Tom Clancy for, has really started to slowly but steadily become my new favourite game developer. The Tom Clancy's Division games were phenomenal, and Division 2, which dropped this year, also added a bunch of new content to the Tom Clancy universe, and I kind of love how everything's intertwined together. A Breaking Point does not stray away from this rule. Ghost Recon's Wildlands was an amazing game made by Tom Clancy, and I loved playing it. I owned the DLC passes for it, it had great management with the updates and the DLC regularly, and I really did enjoy this game from start to finish. I did not think for a moment that Ghost Recon's Wildlands would get a second chance at being an awesome game again with Breakpoint, but after watching the trailer, I am fully convinced, even if that's a word or not, I'm fully convinced that Breakpoint will be my favourite game of 2019. Ghost Recon's Wildlands was a phenomenal game, and Breakpoint, the sequel to that game, is no stranger to the rule. It has taken everything I loved from the old game, revamped it, and made it a new stylized world without just being a reskin. It's not the same Bolivia, it's not the same circumstances, it's the same loved characters that we know and have customized and have fallen in love with. However, it's a whole different content. Pretty much a week ago, we got given this character played by John Bernthal, the man who plays the Punisher, and he plays a character called Cole Walker in the universe of Ghost Recon, and he is an angry ex-agent who then became an old ghost, who's now a massive militia-owning evil villain type character who's our antagonist in Breakpoint. The terrain in Breakpoint is also your enemy. The landscape around you. It's not even the people shooting you anymore. The world can give you injuries, make your missions be harder to plan and strategize. Some terrain's going to be impossible to try and just sprint across. Whereas in Ghost Recon Wildlands it was still an amazing game, it didn't have this level of detail that I thought would really add to it. This game has taken the injury system, for example. Say this character got shot earlier in this gameplay, and now he or she has pulled themselves into cover and has to bandage themselves. Now, in the Ghost Recon Wildlands game, you could just get shot and killed, easy as pie. But this game, you can get injured and choose to retreat from a fight, get yourselves recuperated, and then find a way to map yourself back in for another take of the action. I feel like this element to the game is something new that we've not seen in a multiplayer shooter before, but it'll be one that'll be interesting and immersive. You have to hide and avoid and dodge different challenges that are going to come your way. You have to eat, sleep and drink in this game as well, and you can set up temporary camps and bases to give you ammo supply, check your guns, check your character's health and stats, and improve your stats the way you want. So if you want to be a complete ninja stealthing person, that's what you can be. If you want to be an all front out, guns blazing assault support guy, you can be that too. The choice is yours, and the characters are all completely customizable and immersive to play and be a part of. They said roleplay is going to be a high element of this game, so meaning that you and your buddies are going to team up to take on these enemies, and you're going to have to use whatever you've got. The landscape itself can be your enemy or your friend. Take this gameplay, for example, where the player is currently rolling themselves in mud to give themselves the appearance of an active camo. An also addition to the game that I really liked is the fact that this time round, Tom Clancy himself and the company around it have decided to involve veterans who served in Vietnam and all the way around the world in the SAS, as well as other different military operative groups, and ask them all to give their opinion and be statistical advisors on the gameplay and the game itself, meaning the storyline and the game elements have all been agreed upon and had heavy influence from active military soldiers, which I feel is phenomenal. This game, compared to Wildlands, where you were a collective military unit given instructions by Carol Bowman, who was a woman who was your boss, she is no longer in this game, to what we can tell by the gameplay footage and trailers. You're completely on your own, in a brand new environment, in a brand new landscape, with deserts, oceans, jungles, cities, the lot. You're going to be able to explore a whole new map. And the best thing about that, you're going to have a choice of having 3 AI friends, which just means 3 characters in your squad who are going to be controlled by the computer, or you can actually play this fully from start to finish with a team of your 3 friends, and you being the 4 musketeers going in killing people, being awesome soldiers. I know that this is going to be amazing to do it. Single player, multiplayer with me and my partner, and then also playing it with some of my friends who have played these types of games for a long time, and they're heavily excited for this game. The breaching kit, as just seen here in this footage, is a new element to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, where you can now breach your way into bases. Ghost Recon Wildlands, for some reason, you had to walk all the way around the perimeter of some bases just before you could get in, and often that would get you spotted, where now it's a lot more based on stealth, strategy, and planning. Notice this is a gameplay footage of 4 players combining their efforts to work on this one mission together. 2 of them are being scouts, while 2 of them are kicking down the doors and going in, ready for a guns blazing fight. You can get different classes. So a frontman assault, you can get a recon sniper, you can get a heavy machine gunner support, or like a stealthy panther setup where you can literally be a ninja. And the melees in this, the melee hand-to-hand combat in this that we'll see in a moment is groundbreaking. The colour palette is phenomenal. The flora and the grass and the greenery and the scenery of the whole game itself just brings that immersion to it. And you can choose the weather elements that you want to take missions at. You can choose to go in the morning, the evening, the day. You can choose the type of weather. You can prep yourself for any of these events and try and take it on for your own advantage and amusement. If you wanted to take this base into complete darkness, all of you being stealthy, that's what you can do. If you all want to run in machine guns blazing, that's what you can do. It's your own preference. This stealth attack here is what sold the game to me solely. It's so amazing to see that animations like this have been implemented in to really up your advantage of the stealth. New special weapons like a rocket-propelled grenade launcher. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, an RPG has been added into Ghost Recon, which wasn't in the original Wildlands. New drones and class setups also accompany this with your stealth or your loud attack. These guys are sneaking into the base and now using an RPG to take out the power generator so the enemies can't call for backup. They begin their assault from opposite ends of the base meeting in the middle. And I feel like the strategy behind this is going to be phenomenal. If you and your best friend are very skilled, you could put one of you at the northern side of the base, the other one at the opposite end, kill your way through the base, and collectively meet in the middle for a huge final gunfight. Or you could have 4 of your friends stealthily crawling around together, taking enemies out in a coordinated attack that will make the game feel fresh each time you play a mission. The combat fist fighting is phenomenal, and yes, I've sped this up and taken the volume out, but I will link the original clip down below so you can go and give it a watch for yourselves. It's going to be, I think, my favourite game of 2019. It's going to take a big game to come out that I wasn't suspecting to become my new favourite game of the year. This one could be my favourite game of the year. October 4th is its release date at the minute. I've signed up personally for the beta. I might pre-order this game. I'm not too sure yet. I have a feeling that if I get to play the beta, I would definitely pre-order it. But at the minute, I'm just holding out just to see extra little clips we can find. I just feel like it's a really good universe, the Tom Clancy universe, and he's the one game developing company that really does give these multiplayer, military-styled action games that makes you feel like you're just playing a movie. I showed the trailer to my girlfriend, and she's not a huge gamer. She's steadily getting into the whole gaming industry and hobby, but she did say that the content of this made it look like a movie. And it kind of does. I wouldn't mind watching a few action films that look like this and also shot this way. The whole team building is a huge element of gaming that I love. Not only being solo, but getting to organize a whole battle with just you and your friends against this entire mad military group is what's going to make this game so immersive. For example, this player here in the gameplay footage got shot and knocked out. She, the second person who's a partner on his team, has smoke grenaded the area so enemies can't see her and him. She escorts the injured player away. She's going to get him into cover and then start performing some medical help for him in order for him to be recovered. Sometimes your friends will get injured to a point where they can't be fixed in battle, and you'll actually have to carry them to a rescue helicopter point for them to get a medical helicopter evacuation from. Does this mean they're out of the mission forever? Who knows? But I feel like it's going to be a really interesting one, because in Ghost Recon Wildlands, when your friends went down, it was more of an annoyance than an actual issue. You'd have to go over, put your hand on them for like 10 seconds and revive them. Where in this one, it's going to be a lot more immersive, because if your friend goes down, the mission doesn't stop for you or your friend. You're just going to have to keep pushing through, keep challenging your illnesses and your injuries, and carry on with the operation at hand. Plus, the new range of bad guys looks phenomenal. They have drones, they're more equipped, they're just like you, but evil. It's like your perfect matchup. They're not drunk or drugged crazy cartel members going around with AK-47s trying to blast you because you're stealing their coca leaves. These are high-tech military soldiers trained in killing you. It's going to be you versus an island of high-tech military soldiers who are ready to take you down in hand-to-hand combat or by gunplay. It's going to be a phenomenal game where you are not the hunters anymore, but instead the hunted, and it's going to make the gameplay immersive and fantastic and adrenaline-filled. Injuries, new weapons, new guns, new map, new content, new everything. And I'm so excited. Here's a still image of one of the drones I saw in the trailer that I personally loved. It was a really cool looking drone, a lot more combat looking compared to the ones we've seen before. And John Barenfall, the Punisher himself, has been casted as the main antagonist. He was given into the game a little bit ago of Ghost Recon Wildlands just to tease him, but he's going to be wearing this mask, he's going to be looking all evil, he's going to be the leader of this mad military group, and they're going to hunt your ass down. So in conclusion, Breakpoint is going to be a phenomenal game that I cannot wait to play with my friends, myself, and also my girlfriend. I'm going to enjoy the content and the build-up to this game and the hype that's coming out for it. If any more content comes out, I will do commentary for it. I love Tom Clancy. I love the game. I love it all. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.